Hey guys, welcome back to Container Crops, the Scaredy Cat Gardener. We are inside today because I am getting ready to show you how you can harvest blueberry seeds from store-bought blueberries. Yes, blueberry seeds from store-bought blueberries. If you are new to the channel, welcome, welcome, welcome. Thank you so much for stopping by. Take a second and subscribe to the channel. Turn on that notification bell so you won't miss anything. And for all of you all, welcome back and thank you for being here too. Don't forget to head over to Facebook, Container Crops, and sign up for my group over there. I'm looking forward for you all to post your pics, your videos over there, and if you have any questions, to ask them over there too. That group is for you all, not for me. And you can also post your cooking videos from all the things that you're growing on my cooking Facebook, Cooking at Pam's Place. Okay, IG. Head over there, Scaredy Cat Gardener. And if you're not connected to me on my other channel, please connect to me over there as well. That's Cooking at Pam's Place. Okay, let's go ahead and get these blueberry seeds harvested.
Show off your fantasy reality, whoa, that's yours, but I'll keep doing mine. You'll be living your good life, catch a glimpse from the outside all the time.
Okay guys, so before we actually get into the actual process of harvesting them, there's a couple of things you need to know, little tricks that you might want to look for in doing so. One is make sure that your blueberries are from the US. Yes, we want them from the US. The reason being is because of the US quarantine laws, anything brought over, any fruit being brought over into the United States has to be radiated first. And although it's a very, very low amount of radiation, it does make the seeds non-viable. So that's why we want to make sure that we are getting the store-bought blueberries that have been produced, made in the US. That's crucial, otherwise it's not going to work at all. The next thing you want to do is to freeze them first before doing this step. Now these aren't frozen now, they've been sitting out. You can thaw them after they have been frozen, but you need to freeze them for maybe a couple of weeks, 2 or 3 weeks, not too long. Blueberries are perennials, and since they're perennials, they need to go through the process of thinking it's winter. So it's kind of like by freezing them, you're going through a fake winter, and they're like, okay, it's cold, now it's warm, now it's time to do our thing, so to speak. So that's why we need to freeze them in non-scientific terms for all you scientific people out there. Layman's terms, freeze them first so they can think they went through winter and then do their thing, okay? All right, it's a very, very easy process to get the seeds out of them. So the things that you will need is some water, a blender. You can use a regular blender. Now I'm going to try this with my emulsion blender. I have done this before with my regular blender, but not with this, but we're gonna try it today. So if it's a hot mess, it'll just have to be a hot mess. Okay, and another thing I want to say is I have 3 blueberry bushes out there already, and they're all different types. And even though I'm doing this and I'm going to plant them and they'll grow, they may take a while. You also, because they're store-bought, you don't know what you're getting. You don't know what they're going to taste like. You don't know what they're going to look like. But it's good to try and grow, and you know, you might luck up. You might get a wonderful blueberry bush that has wonderful fruit. You might get some that's wonderful, but it tastes like not so sweet, but it's okay. You know, it's free. You know, you've already bought the blueberries to eat, so why not get the seeds and plant them and at least try? So let's go ahead and harvest these blueberry seeds. How about that? Okay, so the first thing we want to do is take the top off of that. We're going to put our blueberries in this container, and you don't really need a lot of blueberries. I'm going to go ahead and use the rest of these up because, well, they've been here for a minute, and that's okay too. But put your blueberries in your blender, and then you want water. You want to cover them a good amount with water. So that should be enough. You don't need a ton, but that should do it. And then if you're in a standard blender, you just want to blend them until you've seen that they're separated and they're pretty much, the pulp and everything has separated from the seeds. The seeds are heavy, so they will sink to the bottom. So I'm going to go ahead and blend this up, and we'll see if it'll work with this. Put my hand over here so it won't splatter so much. Let me see here. See if we got, and I should have gotten something to put this on. I think that should be good. Let me see here. I think that should be good. I'm going to blend it just a little bit more. Okay, that should do it. Now we're going to go over to the sink, and we need to not rinse them off, but drain them. So I'll meet you over there. Now the seeds are really tiny, so you don't want to drain them in a strainer. We're just going to pour the liquid into another dish, which I'm using the same container I just had. And you want to pour them kind of slowly because the seeds should be at the bottom. But you don't want to just dump it out either. And they are down there. And this is where it gets tricky at. They are down there. I don't know. You can't see them because the pulp is so thick. But I'm going to get another container. There they are. There they are. They're down there. Okay. You have to be very, very gently and slowly. See that? Those are the seeds. All this down in here, you can see that. Those are the seeds. So we're going to head back over to the counter. And, well, not yet. I need to rinse them off one more time. I need to rinse them one more time. You have to pour them very slowly. You have to pour the water off very, very slowly. I'm going to give them a second to settle down to the bottom and sink. And we'll be right back. Okay, they're down there and they have sunk, so we're going to pour this water off. You're just rinsing them off at this point. But you still want to pour them into a container just in case you slip, something happens, and they end up all in the cup. Okay, I got a couple more pieces of pulp down there, so let me put just a little bit more water in here, let it rinse, and then I'll meet you back over at the counter. Okay, so now that that's done, to germinate them, we're just using the paper towel method. You need to get them out of here, and you want to spread them out thin as possible. So I kind of use a paring knife. As you see with this, you just want to separate them. You don't want them all clumped up, so you kind of want to separate them the best you can. Get as many out as you can, because you can't rinse them out. Otherwise, it'll be too wet. So you just kind of want to get them out there because we don't know what's going to germinate from this group. So you want all of them that you can get. Now you can also dry them out and just save them for a different time. But I'm going to go ahead, see if I can't get these germinated and planted. And like I said, try not, and you may still have a little bit of pulp somewhere, and that's fine. Don't worry about it. You'll be able to tell the difference. But just make sure the majority of the seeds are separated. They are so tiny. They are so tiny. And I'm going to be putting these on top of my refrigerator once all is said and done. And that's quite a few that's separated. So now you want to go in and spray a little bit. You don't need to saturate it, but you guys know the drill. And if not, I actually have a video on doing this method. I'll link that video at the end of this one, as well as pruning your blueberry bushes. And see how that looks now? All of those are seeds. All of those are seeds from the blueberries. I'm going to wet this just a tad bit more. It's not even going through the second paper towel. And I'm going to fold it over this way. And we have our trusty little Ziploc bag here. That I need to write on. So that I will remember what it is. And this is April the 3rd. I don't think I need to write 2020 on there, because if these things are around past this year, something's really wrong. But thank you all so much for coming and hanging out with me today. I really do appreciate each and every one of you all. If you got anything out of this video, please give it a thumbs up. It'll help me in the algorithm, and share it out. Don't forget to subscribe, and I will see you next time. And remember, anywhere you can sit a pot, you can grow a plant. And I'll see you on the trail.
You be living your good life, catch a glimpse from the outside all the time.